This is One Word Podcast, episode freaking 5. We've made it like way past what I thought I was going to do. One word, I was like one episode maybe, but we're freaking fifth episode we've done here. But today is going to be a freaking awesome one. We actually have a guest that I'm really stoked about. She's been in the chats. You all know her. One of y'all might be her roommate. That freaking Meg girl. So tonight, or actually today, ours is going to be based on expectation. She's got a lot of really funny freaking stories, and I am so stoked. Isaac Ghost, how you doing, dude? That girl, Meg. I can't, dude, I swear, I'm totally illiterate. But either way, everybody, without further ado, welcome our guest for today, that girl, Meg. How's it going? How you doing? She's freaking live. I'm live. Yes. I know. Wait, there he is. Okay, yeah. He's guy's dog butt in the screen now. So, yeah. People that don't know you, something that they might find very interesting. Yes. You're starting to do cooking streams. Yes. Hopefully. Yes. And you were streaming on a... Yeah.
I tried like 3 different times, and I've never streamed from my house, so this is the first time I'm like actually in my house.
Nice. There you go. Yeah.
But I've always streamed from other people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if their internet is just like they're older usually, like
mm-hmm.
parents older, and they're like, I don't know, not understanding the importance of good internet.
Yes.
So So I've learned, and Ghost has yelled at me multiple times that I need to stream from my own damn house. So that's the plan. We're gonna do that.
Dude, yes, I like it. And also, Bubba's baby mama just made a reference for it. She said, "You're the female Gordon Ramsay." And I cannot wait to see it. Like, whenever we were first talking about it, you're like, "I'm gonna do a cooking stream," but I get too mad about stuff.
I get so angry. I haven't done it in a while, but like, I will throw stuff.
Even Weasley, even he's getting mad. He's like, "Let's do this."
Yeah, like he's so upset. Lissy's in here trying to calm him down.
He's losing it. Look at him. He's freaking.
This is a daily thing.
What is he doing? Get him, Weasley. Get him. I'm not a good. I'm always that guy that like hypes up the. If you're aggravated, I'm like, get him, mess him up.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
His Kong box came. That's what he was.
Oh, dude, nice. There you go. That's half the battle right there. Got to keep him busy.
Anytime like a package comes, he automatically thinks it's his because we have like 2 different boxes that come every month to him, and so when any of the rest of us get something, he's like, "Oh, that's mine too. That's mine too."
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Which is, story of my life. Okay, hold on one second. Wait a second. All right, Greasy, can y'all hear Meg better? Hold on. That was a process. Oh my god. But yes, so that actually kind of goes into our next little, like, what this podcast is about.
Yeah, that was not expected.
Yeah, and also, we just got these expectations. He's over there like, this is my freaking box. I'm gonna freaking go eat some stuff. Greasy, you can hear better?
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so, all right, here we go. We always started off, if we're going to do the One Word Podcast based on something, we started off with the Urban Dictionary's definition of that word. Because I feel like...
It's so perfect. It's the most perfect definition.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you're going to get some gems in there. So I'm like, let's just go with theirs. Because I mean, what? Like, the freaking Webster's Dictionary, they're going to give you something bland. Yeah, we need some freaking substance.
Yes.
So they say it is a guaranteed way for you to make sure that people will consistently disappoint you. Such as Weasley wondering where his little Kong box is.
Yes. Yeah.
And I found that to be the case. I find like if you go into something and you just like anytime for me, like most of the time, my expectations are like catastrophic. Like I don't have like something's gonna be amazing. This is gonna be the best. I'm always like, this is gonna fucking suck. Everything's gonna explode, and people are gonna laugh at you. Like, that's my expectation.
That's me with this stream. Like, I'm sitting here like an hour beforehand. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be the worst thing ever. He's gonna be so disappointed, and yeah, it's fine.
Expectations. So like, that's for me. That's always mine. Like, I always have just catastrophic. So like, I feel like it 99% of the time turns out way better than my expectations. Yeah. So I feel like for us, maybe that works out in our advantage. And then some people are like, I'm going to get this job. Shit's going to be awesome. And then like never hear a call back. So their expectations just like crush them, you know? And I think it's funny how like different stuff happens like that. Like, and I don't know exactly like, I don't know if it's our raising or something like that. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily all of my my experiences in life have got my expectations to be like that. It's just something fucked up with my brain, I think, that like makes my expectations be like, it's going to be so bad. I don't know.
Like, it's weird because both of my parents are like that. My dad's a coach, and he always goes into every season. They lose a game. Oh, we're gonna be horrible this season. Or anytime anything happens, my mom is like automatically goes to the worst case scenario. And I'm just like, I don't want to be like that. And I say that I'm not, but then when push comes to shove, like it usually is, it's worst case always.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. And then, but I bet you money though, your dad at the end of the season's like, well, shit, that didn't go as bad as I thought. And then he'll like, pat himself on the back a little. Yeah.
Not the last couple seasons, but yes, most of the time.
Dude, I swear, like my daughter's softball team, every year she gets put on like the one team, or maybe she's the common denominator. I don't know. I think she's good, but like every single year she gets put on a team that's like, they just like try to hit it and they're just like so slow and like nobody can hit the ball, and it's like she's just trying her little heart out, and they lose like every game with the exception of like one.
Yeah.
Expectations.
Yes. Just go unexpecting. You're gonna be put on that crappy team. You're the superstar.
Exactly.
That's done.
Haven Tater, she's got this, man. I've got a picture of her like on my shoulder, and then Jody's on the other side of me, or like she's like over here, and like we're both holding up Haven. And it was like her first game, and she won the first game, so it just set her expectations up to here. And then every other game that year, she lost every game. It was like, apparently we beat them. It was like the best team in the series too, and like we beat them on the first game, and then just they crushed us. Everyone after that. It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah. That is rough.
Yeah.
That's his expectations.
Right. But okay, so we kind of got on this one by us talking, and just you in the chats telling me about some freaking hilarious love stories. And I wanted to get into those because like they're freaking hilarious.
It's ridiculous. My love life is literally the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. Like it's like Hallmark movie love life. Everything bad that could happen is gonna happen.
Yes.
Like that's my yeah.
I would say that, since my wife is in the room across from me, I can't say fully that mine's going along with that. But up until I met my wife, probably yes. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, like, yes. It's fine. It's fine.
So, I don't know where you'd like to start with your story.
Oh, gosh. Should we... I mean, I could start with Lissy's favorite, which I've told you before. So, I, like, forever was always that super boy crazy kid. Like, my dad coached sports my whole life. Like, my brother was super athletic. I had no interest in it whatsoever. Like, I just wanted to go and watch the boys. Yeah. Because that's what you do.
I mean, clear.
Right. So, I was always boy crazy. So, boyfriends all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And, so when I went into college, I started dating a guy that I worked with, and his dad just happened to also be the owner of the restaurant where I worked.
Ooh, so they're in deep. They got the claws in deep.
Yeah. So he had invited me over to his house one night. We were hanging out. His dad came out while we were watching a movie. And his dad kind of looked at me like, why is this girl that works for me in my house? And he made it very clear that I was not allowed in their house, that was a boundary that we were not going to cross.
Oh, that's so weird.
Okay, fine, whatever. I won't go to your house. So we were living in Oklahoma City area. I went to school in Stillwater, which is about an hour away. And so Cole would come up like once or twice a week and just hang out with me in my dorm room. Well, he came up. We were watching Lord of the Rings. I know it was Lord of the Rings because I hated it the first time I watched it and then somehow got really into it later in life.
Yeah.
But we were watching Lord of the Rings. And so like he was laying behind me and I guess we were kind of like spooning or whatever. And like it was really quiet and I was paying attention to the movie. And like he just kind of leans forward and whispers in my ear and he's like, let's get married. And I just laid really still and was super quiet and like acted like I was asleep so that I didn't have to answer him. Like I didn't even tell you like the best part. We had been dating maybe a month.
Oh my God.
Maybe a month.
So he was already just like,
and he had our wedding planned. Like his sister was going to be my maid of honor. Yeah. His brother was going to be his best man. Like his people were in our wedding. I didn't have a say in it.
Oh my God.
But like, I'm sitting here thinking like, I'm not even allowed in your house. And you want me to get married at 19? Like, no.
Oh, dude.
18. So
that's pretty good.
I pretended to be asleep and then never brought it up again. Like he never mentioned it another time. So that was fun.
Dude, I just imagine him like, he's just sitting in his head. He's like, I'm going to do it. I'm really going to ask her this time. I'm really going to ask her. And then he's like, hey, want to get married? And then you're just like.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Dude, I would have died. This is freaking hilarious. Oh my God.
And like, it's not like we didn't talk after that. Like that night even, like he said that, I pretended to be asleep, the movie ended, and then it was fine. Like we were talking about other stuff. So Did you
like pretend to wake up afterwards?
I don't remember. I can't remember that. I just know that I pretended to be asleep. And my roommate asked me about it the next day. She was like, what was going on? And I was like, listen, like Cole, I think, asked me to marry him. And she was like, oh my God, that's so exciting. I'm like, no, I pretended to be asleep. She's like, Megan.
Wait, was this okay? You were like 18, so I'm guessing this is probably like your first marriage proposal, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So there it is, setting the freaking bar, like
setting the freaking bar. So, then I had started dating a guy named Clark. Not long after there was another guy in between, but that's different. Well, no. So I started dating Cole, and then he proposed, and then he left for basic training. He was going into the Marines, and so I had texted, I texted his mom, and I was like, "Hey, Cole and I had some pictures taken before he left. I wanted to send them to him. Can I have his address?" And she was like, "No, we don't want you to contact him." And
the mom said that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna fight you on it. So.
Yeah.
He has my address. He can write to me if he wants.
Yeah.
But, I didn't talk to Cole for like 12 weeks, I think, is what their basic training was. And so then he was home for his birthday, and I knew he was home. I knew it was his birthday. I'm a nice person sometimes.
Hey,
so I called him, and he was like, I was just really disappointed. I kept telling everybody that my amazing girlfriend from back home was going to come to my graduation. I was waiting for pictures and for letters. And I kept talking about you, and you never called. And I was like, well, your mom said not to. No, my mom would never do that. And I'm like, but she did. And he was like, no, she would never do that. You must have misunderstood. And it goes back to the expectations. Like, I didn't expect his mom to be a giant jerk face, but she was. And I didn't expect him to automatically side with his mom, especially after you had just asked me to marry you. Like,
for real though,
let's figure this out. But like, I'm not even allowed in your house, bro. Why are you surprised by this?
Oh my God.
So I didn't write him, and he was really upset. And so then he went back for his job training, and and then had already started dating Travis by this point because, like I said, I was boy crazy.
There you
And
go.
I had mine and Travis's wedding plan. Like Travis and I were gonna get married. I was gonna join the army, and
Yeah.
just so that Travis and I could be stationed together. That's not how it works, by the way. Don't ever do that.
Oh, really?
Don't
They
try
don't like
to do
station
that.
the like if y'all are married, they don't put y'all in the same
So
place?
they try to. They try to at least get you within so many miles of each other,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not always how it works.
I
No,
didn't know
and
that,
there's
honestly.
no guarantee that if I had joined the military, that even if we, especially if we weren't married, that we were going to be anywhere near each other.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah, I was dumb. So so I was already dating Travis at this point. Travis and I had gone out one night. Cole had called me. And he's
Mm.
like, "Hey, how's my beautiful girlfriend doing?" And I'm like, "We're not dating anymore.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with somebody else right now." Which the whole part, like the thing that makes it even worse is the fact that Travis had also dated Cole's sister in the past.
Oh
So,
God, so he's
like,
already like,
I had dated Cole, Travis had dated his sister. Travis and I had gone to school together, so we had known each other for a while, but
oh God.
like it was awkward.
He was
Like,
like, first my sister, now my girlfriend.
yes,
You
he
must
was so
die.
mad. His
Yeah.
expectations
Oh my
in me were just shattered.
God.
I was a boy crazy.
Can I
So
can
then
I like
go ahead.
like so you're talking about sending a picture to or not sending a picture, you're talking about sending some letters to him
Yeah.
while he's in basic. I've got a really quick thing that I just wanted to tell you because like
Okay.
my brother went to basic training and he would write me letters and like just be like, dude, it sucks here, you know, like whatever, can't wait to start our band back whenever I get back and all this stuff. Well, I wrote him back a letter, and I didn't know how the whole like reading a letter process goes when you're there in basic, but they're like all pretty much in like a, you know, like a common room with like cots and stuff. And so they're all
Yep.
pretty much like, if you've got a letter, they're like, oh, what's in the letter? You know, you got
Yes.
nudes? What
Yeah.
is this? So
Mhm.
like Nick, I send him a letter, but I been sending him random stuff, and then I was like, dude, I'm really gonna fuck with him. Hopefully this makes him laugh was all I was thinking. I didn't know that everybody was gonna read it or see what it was. But in the letter, so I lived with my niece at the time, and she was like, you know, 3 or 4, and she had all these princess books, and she had a Beauty and the Beast. And I also had some live pictures of like me playing guitar and singing and Nick playing guitar and singing. So I like had a lot of pictures of our faces. So I cut out a picture of my face, cut out a picture of Nick's face, put mine on Beauty and Nick's on the Beast, and I put like, I wish I could quit you. And, so I mailed that to him, and then mailed like a normal letter. I was like, hey dude, hope you're doing good, whatever, and all this stuff. But like in that picture, it was like, I wish I could quit you. And his freaking, I guess like whoever was over that place opened his letter that day, just being a dick, and opened his letter and opened that up, and he's like, Raves, what the fuck is this? And called him out in front of the whole freaking room of people. Everybody there was like, what the fuck? And it's like, and so the next time he wrote me back, he was like, dude, don't ever do that again. Never. It was so funny, dude. It was so good. It was the cover of Beauty and the Beast, but my head and Nick's head.
Oh
It
God.
was rich. I do apologize.
Nick.
I just thought about that when you were talking. It was so funny.
Like I was in the Air Force, so the way we did it anyways, and I'm sure it was different for other people, but we had our bays, which is where all the beds were, all the cots and everything were, and then you had like a common room.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we would go in the common room. There were couches, but we weren't allowed on the couches. Like we had to sit on the floor.
Weird.
Yeah. And then our instructor was up at the front and had like a desk there, and he had the mail, like the little bucket that had all the mail in it, and he would like throw them at us pretty much. But anybody that had like pictures or the envelope seemed kind of thick, so like something was in it or you got a package, like he would open it up, and the pictures like they would go through them before they gave them to you, because like you weren't supposed to have any kind of stuff like that. Like if somebody did send their husband like nudes or whatever, like you weren't allowed to have any of that stuff.
Oh my God.
So he had to make sure that there was nothing inappropriate in it. So like my mom literally wrote me at least once every single day. Like I had
Yeah.
at least one letter every day
Oh
that
my
I was in
God.
basic training. Most
Hmm.
of the time I had like 2 or 3. Like she would just write me randomly throughout the day and send them all at once.
Yeah.
But my dad was coaching and he always coached at really small little country schools.
Hmm.
And so like smaller schools like that, it doesn't matter if that I had already graduated and that I had been out of that school for years. Like
Yeah.
they're a family. So
Hmm.
like I knew all of his players even though they were like freshmen when I was a senior.
Yeah.
And so she would take pictures of them and just like but she wouldn't like
Like,
leave
here's
the
this
pictures
dude.
whole. Like she would cut them like the
Yeah.
shape of them out and
Yeah.
like send it in the envelope. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm losing all of these because like they're small and they're falling out, but
Yeah.
whatever, it's fine, mom. But like every time I would get a letter, he's like, Lizenby, I need you to stop. I need you to tell your mom to stop writing you so much because there's too much. There's too much going
Yeah.
on here. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
sorry.
That's so.
Sorry, I know. She's the worst. Mom, stop writing me so many letters. He's getting mad.
I didn't know that they like literally read them out or like took out all the pictures all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
knowing that
And like
now, if I know somebody goes to basic, I'm gonna fuck with them like so hard. It's gonna happen.
yeah, yes. Like it's so embarrassing too. Like because I don't know what she sent.
Hmm.
So there's no telling what's in there.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, this is not good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust my mom not to send me something that I'm not supposed to have.
For real though. Yeah.
But
Well, hey,
yeah.
so you're talking about your time in the Air Force. How did you get in
Mhm.
the Air Force? Because I know there's a story
Oh God.
linked with that.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was planning on joining the army. So when I was dating Travis, which was the army situation, I was in college still, and I was a freshman,
Hmm.
and he was in the Army Reserves. I was like, yes, this is perfect. I'm going to join the Army Reserves. We're going to get together. It's going to be fine. We're going to get married. It's good.
Yeah.
And so I went and I talked to an Army recruiter in Stillwater where I was going to school.
Hmm.
And he was like, yeah, this is perfect. You guys will be together. It's going to be great.
They're so
And
like full of it sometimes, dude.
they're such liars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, so it was close to Thanksgiving. So he wanted me to go home over Thanksgiving, tell my parents that I was joining the army, and then leave before I started my next semester.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh,
It's a bit quick.
okay, that's fine. I can do that. And so I go home at Thanksgiving. I tell my parents this, and my parents both are like, no. Like,
Yeah.
that's not how this is going to happen. Like,
Hmm.
you have to finish your first year of school. If you still want to join the army after that, then we'll talk about it. I'm like, okay, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, by this point, Travis and I had already broken up, so
Hmm.
it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
So, and they also, like, I was boy crazy, but I was also very fickle. Like, I moved from one thing to another very quickly.
Hey, there you go.
And so they knew that by the time the school year ended, I probably wouldn't want to go into the army
Yeah.
anymore. So my parents are very smart. It was real annoying. They
Just play it out. Yeah.
but so I didn't join the army obviously, and I was after my freshman year of college in Stillwater, I got into a fight with my roommate, so I didn't want to stay there. So I moved back home. I was going to a little community college here in Oklahoma City where I live. And I was working at the same restaurant that Cole's dad owned.
Hmm.
And one of my friends that was working there, her husband was in the Air Force, and the town that we live in, there's an Air Force base.
Hmm.
And so
That's cool.
I was working one Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon, I don't know, sometime, one afternoon. And at lunchtime, all of the Air Force people would come in. And so
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, these people are great. Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
And I turned to, I think her name, I don't know. Her name is not important. But I turned to her and I was like, Heather. Her name was Heather.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
hey, how does your husband like the Air Force? And she was like, oh, he loves it. And I was like, I think I'm going to join the Air Force. So
Maybe I'll just go hit him up. Yeah.
I left at I got off work at 2.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to go join. So
Yeah.
I went to the recruiter. Heather went with me. And he was like, well, what kind of job do you want? I was like, I don't care. I just want to be in the Air Force. And he was like, well, when was your last ASVAB test? And I was like, it's like a junior in high school. He was like, so what we'll have to do is send you down to, and they call it MEPS. It's the Military Entrance and Processing Center. So it's basically, they give you the ASVAB, they do a physical, and it's like a 2-day process pretty much. So like the ASVAB, the test is that night, and then the next morning you go and you do your physical.
Yeah.
And so I had all this planned out. Like, I had my date set that I was supposed to go down and do this, and my mom was about to have surgery, and so I knew that my mom would get mad, like, if I didn't just come home one night, like, because they put you in a hotel so that you're there the next morning.
Oh, dang!
So I had to tell my parents that I wasn't going to be home, right? And so by this point, I'm 19, and so I'm like, hey, by the way, I joined the Air Force, and literally my mom did not talk to me for a good 2 weeks. And then even after that, it was just like barely speak to me. Like, when I went up after she had her surgery, I went up there. Hi, Jody. I went up there and she was like, yeah, you can go. Like, I don't want you in my room with me. And I'm like,
dude, so
Mom,
you kind of almost like you kind of almost beat that, like, that thing where like your fickle personality type thing, like where you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm joining right now.
I'm doing it. You can't stop me. I'm 19 years old. I'm a grown ass adult.
Hell yeah. By the way, do you see like how freaking ridiculously cute Weasley is in the background? He's just chilling.
He's just here. I'm surprised he's not attacking me still, because he usually does.
Nice.
But yeah, so I joined the Air Force, and by the time I left, like, it was about 6 months between the time that I got accepted into the Air Force to the time that I left, and she figured it out by then and was fine. So it was fine once I got there. She had people that she worked with that had been in the Air Force, so they were like, it's better than her joining the Army, which you said she was trying to do before.
Yeah, the Air Force seems a little bit more like a little less combat intense, you know?
So Army people, I have a lot of Army people that I work with now, and they always call it the chair force, and it's very accurate. Like, the Air Force is not like the really out there ones. Like, we have the really nice setups when you go to on deployments and stuff like that. You have actual like dorm rooms, whereas most of the other people have like tents
barracks and
stuff that is not that nice. But so I get it a lot from them about how I'm not actually military.
I've got a friend that's he's like a medic for the Air Force, but like his job, he's like, dude, this stupid cush. It's like just so chill.
Yeah.
But
so while I was in the Air Force, so in basic training, you weren't supposed to talk to people of the opposite sex, right? So
wait, like while you're in basic, you're not supposed to?
Well, like, so you have flights in basic, so it's like your platoon basically. So we had our girl flight, that's all girls, but then on the same floor, that's another flight. There's 2 dorms pretty much on each floor of the building that you're in. And so the other floor, or the other dorm on our floor, was boys. So you had a brother and a sister flight, but you split people because there's 2 bays in each dorm. So one bay marches with one of the bays from the other dorm, and then you just put 2 together. So you're kind of mixed in with the other dorm. So I was the academic monitor for our flight. So whenever you weren't marching, I was supposed to walk around and ask everybody questions about, you had stuff like that you were tested on pretty much. So I was supposed to go around and ask everybody questions. Well, I wasn't also supposed to be talking to the boys that were in our flight with us outside of asking them questions.
Oh, okay. I was like,
so I could ask them the questions, but I wasn't supposed to have a personal conversation with them. I did.
Yeah.
Like, whenever the instructors weren't around, it's like, hey, how's it go? What's new with you? So I knew everybody.
Yeah.
But so that's also where I met my ex-husband. So he was in my brother's flight.
He was in the same, like,
yeah, he was in basic training with me in my brother flight. I remembered him in tech school because he had been on crutches for a week. And I remember saying, oh, hey, you were the guy that was on crutches. And he was like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, it's me.
So we went to tech school, and he was in my class in tech school also. And so when you're in tech school, the first week or two, you can't, you have to stay in your uniform when you're not in your dorm room. You have to, you can't walk around the base in civilian clothes.
Yeah.
So, so then you have to go and you do a physical fitness test to be able to walk around the base in your civilian clothes. And then you can go off base in that second phase, but you have to stay in your uniform. And then you do another test and you can go off base in your civilian clothes.
Yeah.
Our tech school wasn't long enough that you had to worry about going off base in your civilian clothes. So what we would do is we would try to be sneaky and change when we got off base.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was the day that we were taking our test to be able to go off base to begin with. And we did it. I passed. He passed. We were standing in line to get our little card stamp that says that we can go off of base. And he's in front of me, and I'm like, guy's kind of cute. So I just kind of like tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, you have a nice butt. And so he's like,
you got a really nice butt.
thanks.
I like that.
And then like a week later we were engaged. So I went from being dating, I went from like pretending to be asleep when this guy proposes to me after a month and saying that's too soon to the very next year being engaged to somebody after like a week of dating. And I say dating very loosely.
He got you
had
with
a
that
nice
butt.
Man.
You had me at the butt.
Yeah, I wish I could quit him. But so like my love life is just, it's ridiculous. Like,
dude, that's what it should be though, I feel like, you know? Yeah.
Like, I obviously didn't expect my life to be where it is today. I didn't expect to get divorced. I didn't expect to still be living in Oklahoma or to be out of the military or any of that stuff. But like, it's fine. Now I have all these great stories to share with you guys.
Exactly.
And I have a dog.
Dude, your dog is ridiculously the cutest dog ever. But he's just been leering. It's so
like
funny.
mean mugging in the background.
Like that's constant. It's constant what he does. It's a side eye.
Yes. It's pretty much Crow. Like all morning, she's just been like walking in to where I'm at and staring at me and then walking back into the bedroom and like just disappearing.
She had a burger. You ate a burger. You didn't give her anything.
Well, that's true.
That's what we do with him. That's probably why he's mad at us right now.
Poor little dog.
Poor Weeze.
Did you have some love story you wanted to say? I don't know. I can't remember.
Love story.
She's got a really random story that's a funny one. I felt like it worked with the expectations thing, but you got carried out of a bar.
Carried out of a bar.
She got carried out of a bar.
They had expectations.
Listen, it happens.
There were expectations.
Well, it wasn't by someone I even knew.
Set the scene, Jody.
It wasn't like I was being kicked out or anything like that. Like I worked at Applebee's. I was a bartender and a waitress, and I knew this girl. Her name was Pippi.
Pippi is the most random
like Pippi Longstocking?
Yeah, just like Pippi Longstockings. Nice. And she was pretty. She was really pretty. Like everybody liked her and everything, but she was like one of those people that were like strange. Like something wasn't right. Something wasn't clicking. Like she may be like that type of person that ties people to the bed and pours the like hot wax on them. Like just something was just. Why did you look to the? Have they done that? Whoever you looked at.
Lizzie's a crazy one.
Okay, Lizzie's a freak. Well, then, like, you always just, like, there's, like, but something else. It was, like, maybe she had, like, a dungeon or something like that. But anyways, so me and my sister always went out. Like, when we went out, like, she was either drunk or I was drinking, and, like, we each had each other's back. Mm-hmm. Well, this night we went out. We went to this place called the Watering Hole. Like we'd been there like once before. I got locked in like a band member's trunk of his car.
How did you wind up in his trunk of his car?
Because I was drunk and it was open and empty at the. That's a separate story. The trunk was open and empty, so I just got in it, and Cleta shut me in it. And there was no door handle to get out, so I was just stuck in this guy's trunk until he let me out.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Anyways, because they were like loading their instruments in. It was like the end of the night. But so we went to the watering hole, and like Pippi bought us all drinks. It was a Jaeger bomb, and it tasted funny. I just thought it was like warm because it was warm. It wasn't like cold. And I don't like Jaeger anyways. It's gross. So I drank it, and then I don't even remember when it hit me, but I wasn't there. I was on autopilot. They tried to it was her and two lesbians. Mm-hmm. So, and Pippi was gay. Pippi was bisexual. So Pippi and then two, I don't know if they were her girlfriends, ex-girlfriends. One looked like a boy, and one was a hairdresser who she was just a normal.
There you go.
But they all were I guess on a date. I don't know. But they roofied me. I was roofied. They roofied me. I don't remember any of it. My sister wound up telling me that I went to the bathroom and then I came out. I don't know how, but the bathroom was in the back. The one that looked like a guy had me like a baby and was running for the front door, trying to kidnap me, like I was a princess, just taking off with me. And my sister and my friend Brentley, he's a bigger, stocky, a big, stocky guy with he's terrifying. He's a big dude. But they had to chase him out in the parking lot and rip me from their arms. I don't remember any of it. I just, my sister was like, I got you in the car, and you started talking about some magazine article. I don't remember anything. They had expectations. I was going to wake up in silk sheets. But I don't remember any of it. I don't remember nothing.
So, I'm that person that when I drink, I wander off. So, I had gone and met up with a couple of friends in Memphis, probably about 6-7 years ago. And the place that we were staying at is a mile from Beale Street, so it's close to everything. And it was kind of catty corner from this legitimate 70s disco. It's called Paula and Rayford's or something like that. And so we had been drinking earlier in the night. Beale Street was shut down because all the power was off. So we had gone to a pub. I was drinking beer, and then we went to the disco, and I started, for some reason, thought it would be bright to start drinking vodka and vodka Sprite or something like that.
That's the only way to do it at a disco.
Yeah.
I don't remember walking back to the Airbnb that we were staying at. There was a little security guard in the lobby. I had a conversation with him, apparently. We chatted for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't remember the ride up to the 10th floor of this apartment building that we were staying on. All I remember is that, so one of my friends had the keys. She unlocked the door and went in. The other friend went in, and they left the key in the door. So my drunk ass is trying to get this key out of the door, and I can't. And this guy is walking to his apartment that's right next to it. And I just kind of look at him helpless, very helpless, just help me. And he just laughs at me, and he takes the key out and hands it to me and kind of pats me on the head and sends me on my way. But I'm like, I legit could have been kidnapped that night.
Yeah, for real.
I probably should be a little bit more careful in my escapades here in Memphis.
Yeah. It was in Memphis? How did that part miss me? Memphis is yes, most definitely you could have been kidnapped pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Dang.
But he just laughed at me and patted me on the head and kind of nudged me into the apartment and shut the door behind me.
There you go.
Probably not smart.
Dodged a bullet with that one for sure.
It was a rough night.
Yeah.
It was a really rough night.
Dude,
I passed out on the living room floor because it was nice and cool. And
so this was y'all talking about Jaeger bombs. I don't really I'll have a drink to chill me out, but I don't get drunk, and I don't think,
I do.
So
I do.
I used to, but I was in high school, and the first time we had ever done Jaeger bombs, I'm a really big fan of energy drinks. And so like my friends are like, let's do Jaeger bombs. So they got a huge thing of Jaeger, massive, like the biggest bottle they could probably find of Jaeger, and then we got like a 12 or 24 pack of Red Bull. So we drank the whole thing at a table, and we're sitting around telling stories, just being stupid. And then they were like, oh, this girl lives up the hill from where we're at right now. They were like, let's call her. And I was like, oh, I got this. Not feeling drunk at all. I was just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's call her.
How far up the road? What do you mean?
Maybe a mile, but that's not very far from me. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. So I call her. And as soon as I called her, I'm one of those people that like walks when I talk most of the time. So like I called her and stood up. And as soon as I did, it was like, douche. And I was like, whoa. And I don't remember much after that. I remember being like, yeah, we'll come there. We'll be there. We'll be right over. And then I remember waking up the next morning completely covered in sweat or dew or something and in the ditch in between her house and my friend's house. And then I walked back to his house and he was like, I just saw two legs hanging out from under a car. Like there's the car and then his little feet in like skater shoes. And I had to like pull him.
Like the Wicked Witch, like when the house lands on him.
Yeah. He didn't get ran over. He just
he's trying to hotwire it.
No, he said he was looking for me and he fell asleep. So
he went under the car.
Oh God.
It was so stupid. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
yes,
getting blacked out in Memphis, man.
I didn't do a lot of drinking in high school. My drinking really started in college and then obviously in the Air Force. But I'm also like that. Like I will drink with you, but I can count on one hand the times that I have been just like, I don't remember what happened drunk. One of them was in Memphis. And then one of them was when I was leaving. I had a going away party when I was leaving Germany. And the thing was that you had to do shots with everybody. But you couldn't just do like one collective group shot. Like you had to do individual shots with everybody.
Yeah.
And it was tequila. It was always tequila. And so I ended up taking like 7 tequila shots that night and drinking the German beer on top of it. And like, I was sick, literally throwing up for like 3 days afterwards. Like,
oh my God.
I was like, I might die. I might die of alcohol poisoning as I'm trying to leave Germany. And I got on my flight and the little the lady that walks, flight attendant, that's what they're called. She was like, oh, you're in the military, let me buy you a drink. And I was like, please don't.
Lady, I'm on the verge of death.
Please do not bring anything that smells even close to alcohol over. I will throw up everywhere. Please don't. God. Please don't. She's like, no, I'm buying it. Like, I'm not having you buy it. Please don't. Do not. I will throw up everywhere.
You should have just taken it and just threw up all in a bag.
Yeah, like, I would have felt so bad. And then the only other time that I can remember that it's been bad like that, right after my ex had asked for a divorce. So he was stationed in Kuwait at the time, and I was here in Oklahoma, and he had emailed me to tell me that he wanted to get divorced, which, whatever.
Nice, there you
it's
go.
Fine. It's very classy.
Email, yeah,
but like a month after that, my best friend was getting married, and I was in her wedding, and like I was not at a place in my mind where I needed to be anywhere near a wedding at that time, but I was there. And my mom is very big into weddings. And so she was like their wedding planner, coordinator person. And they had an open bar. And so I was just doing shot after shot with her brother, not my mom, the bride's brother.
Yeah.
And her husband and like her parents. And so I was missing for the majority of the reception because I was drunk somewhere crying or something. I don't know. Yeah. But my parents loaded me up in their car. They drove me back to their house, like put me in bed. And then they left to go back to the place where the wedding was to pick up like this trailer and bring it home. And my mom said that she walked into the room and like, just to make sure I was still alive, she like poked me in the face and I moaned a little bit. And then she was like, all right, she's alive.
Good.
It's fine.
She's good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But those are the only 3 times that I can remember being like legitimately, I don't know what's happening in my life right now.
Oh
drunk,
my God.
like rough. But all that to say, I've never done like a Jaeger bomb or anything like that. Like I've never done it, and everybody tells me that I'm missing out, and I'm like, I don't know that I actually am.
Do you like black licorice? Do you like the taste of licorice?
No.
I don't either.
Red licorice.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, but like I don't know, like it tastes just like that, except maybe with like that alcohol bite at the end of it.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
Lissy would probably love it. She likes black licorice.
Dude, I don't know. Like, isn't that weird? I don't know. They're like, how do people's taste buds vary that much? You know, like some people. Yeah. Oh my god! Speaking of which, like, I mean, I can't take black licorice. You don't like it? Do you like it?
No.
So none of us like it, but like Lizzie loves black licorice.
Yeah.
And then,
okay. But I don't like alcohol either.
You don't like alcohol?
Nobody likes the taste. Like they're not like.
Can you drink a Bahama Mama and be like, that tastes bad? Because I will destroy Bahama Mamas.
It's almost, he's got female like taste buds. He loves fruity stuff. Like
you do like your like Jack Daniel's Down Home Punch or whatever.
Yeah, dude, those are so good. Have you tried one?
When I was in college.
They're called like Lime-A-Ritas.
Before I started drinking actual liquor.
Before I started drinking like a man.
That's like, right.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like, that's why I tell her like, and by the way, like I'll just drink one of those. Like I'll only have one. So if I drink it, I'll just drink that one and it like chills me out kind of a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But like, that's why I don't go drinking.
He won't drink like a beer. He won't have like a beer or anything like that.
I'll have like a cider.
It has to be fruity.
Yeah, I got a cider. I got that cider.
Yeah, it's
like
fine.
He wants like if we go on vacation, he wants like a fruit, like pineapples and strawberries. And stuff. He wants it to be orange and yellow. Yeah. He wants like colors, and he wants it.
On our honeymoon, we had a like we put it all on our card, so like it was kind of one of those things that like they just charge it to your room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you ever knew the full bill.
Long story short, this motherfucker, $300 to $400 in virgin banana strawberry daiquiris.
Dude, I like
virgin drinks.
They're delicious. I didn't want to get hammered that whole time. I mean, some of them like had a little bit of alcohol, but most of them were just virgin. And so I just drank.
He's got them. I wake up.
I'm double fisting these things, dude.
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. It was so good though the whole time. I'm pretty sure I gained like 30 pounds on our honeymoon. I was just like, fuck it, I gotta do it.
How long were we there? We weren't
like
there for
5 days or something?
5 days. 5 days. He like $400 worth of virgin strawberry banana daiquiris.
Yes, dude. It was ridiculous.
So our other roommate has a friend from Boston, where they're from, that
Boston.
He will order the most absurd sounding drink. So like there's a taco place here in Oklahoma City that's called Fuzzies, and there's a drink called like
Fuzzies.
Yeah, it's a good taco place. They have great nachos.
Nice.
But it's called like a fizzy fuzzy navel, and he ordered it just so that he could say, "I want a fizzy fuzzy navel." And like that's the kind of person that Matt is. Like he will order the most absurd sounding drinks.
Yeah.
Just so that he can have the name of it. Like,
yeah. That's kind of how I guess I am a little bit. Like if it sounds fun, then I'm like, let's try it.
That's my voting method. Like if it's a local election and I don't know who the people are or I don't know anything about them, I'll just pick the person with the best name. Like there was a guy this time that his name was like Charles Tuffy something or other, and I was just like, he goes by Tuffy. You know he's
Tuffy.
cool.
Yeah.
So that's my dad. My dad goes. Nobody even knows his real name. He's just Tuffy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like my mom has Tuffy tattooed on her.
Dude, but you know what is weird about that? Her dad's real name is cooler than Tuffy. Harville. Who else do you know the name Harville?
Harville. It's very country.
It's
real country.
It's
Harville Height.
Yeah, he's Triple H. Harville Height Ham. 3 freaking H's.
Fantastic.
Right? It's so random. So random.
So.
But so your friend would like just buy whatever drinks and pretty much, dude, nice.
Yeah. We went on a cruise last year, and cruises are kind of the same way where unless you have the drink package, it's just automatically charged to your room, and then they take it out randomly throughout the cruise.
Yeah.
I was taking medicine at the time that I wasn't supposed to be drinking with, so I didn't drink much on the cruise.
Okay, that was about to be one of those stories.
Lissy went, DJ went, that's our other roommate. So Lissy went, our other roommate went, his friend Matt and his sister Heather, the other roommate's sister Heather, went. And the four of them were drunk the majority of the cruise, but like there's a thing called the piano bar on the ship, and after a certain time each night it turns into like dirty songs, so like he'll sing naughty songs.
Yeah.
But Alyssa would go with Heather and they would just sit there, and it's always the same servers in the room, and they had memorized Alyssa's little card number for her room.
Oh my
God.
God.
He would just bring her random margaritas. He's like, you need a margarita. Here's another margarita. But like it was already charged, so you couldn't say no to it.
Yeah,
so
shit.
She got charged for crazy drinks that she probably wouldn't have had if they hadn't just brought them to her. But
wait, so were they were just charged to the room already, or were they like were any of them comped, or they were just there?
No, they're just charged to the room. He's being crazy now.
He's losing it, dude. Okay, I got a good story based on that. We had we went to New Orleans. Where are you going?
New Orleans is fantastic.
New Orleans is my favorite place to vacation right now.
Orange Outlaw had a drink called chicken semen, and he
oh my God,
drank it.
Wait, what?
Do you know?
That sounds like a very
chicken
Oklahoma thing.
In Mexico, I had a shot called chicken semen. I thought that said sesame chicken.
No,
like
it's just
that,
chicken semen.
That sounds like a very Oklahoma thing.
Was it actually chicken?
No,
semen?
If it was a drink, no. What are they doing?
It's
jerking
in Mexico,
off chickens?
Jody.
They're like, give it
it's
to
in
me.
Mexico,
No,
and they
how
just
many
use two
chickens
fingers.
would you have to jerk off to get a shot?
Well, as long as there's a little bit of chicken semen in it, you can call the whole name chicken semen, because like what other drink has chicken semen in it?
It's peach schnapps with mango margarita on top. We're gonna.
Okay.
We can play.
Name that drink.
Survive together, and I will make you chicken semens all night long tonight.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
That just sounds bad. Like that doesn't even sound appetizing.
Well, the drink sounds good,
Yeah,
but the name sounds horrible. Like that.
Peach and mango.
Yeah.
That's what you do, though. You sneak it. You put those expectations on the floor, and then you sneak in something fucking delicious. Peach schnapps with mango margaritas. I got some in the fridge.
And just call it something just so.
Yeah.
We're just gonna start making up drinks.
Yeah.
Oh.
But here we go. Really quick, funny story about we were in New Orleans. So we went with, it was like me and Jody, her sister and brother-in-law, and then they've got a friend that's like their adopted son pretty much. And he's a very loud dude. Very, very, very loud guy. Single for all the right reasons. And I was like, Jody was
so
like,
I don't need to have you hook me up with him as well.
No, for the love of God, no. 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 But so Jody was like, you guys go. We're like on Bill Street, and before we even got there, by the way, the entire time the whole time I was there, I was like, Jody, I'm doing two things while I'm here: eating every fucking thing I see and drinking. That's all I'm doing. It's a food vacation. I'm gonna get drunk and eat the whole time, the entire time, and that's exactly.
I mean, that's New Orleans. That's all you're supposed to do in New Orleans.
Yeah, I think
and voodoo.
We would leave eating one place, and then I'd be like, "Oh, what about this over here?" And she was like, "John, stop! We just ate." I'm like,
"We just ate. It's like a chicken shack on the corner, and it was like a mainstream chicken shack. It wasn't like New Orleans gumbo or anything. It was just a fucking like chicken place, like Popeyes or something." Yeah.
So either way, by the time we get to Bill Street, like at night, and everybody's partying, it was like LSU versus Florida was the game that was that night too. So like everybody was down there, like just losing their shit.
I thought it was Bama.
No, it wasn't Bama. It was Florida because what's her name? Clayton's a big Florida fan, and then LSU because we were in Louisiana.
Next one though. Okay.
So that game was going on. All these college kids were there, and like everybody's wearing Florida State or not Florida States, but Florida Gators. So everybody was wearing that, and then everybody was like in Louisiana, so LSU stuff. Right. So like, Lizzie, Florida, I can't deal with it.
That was the same day the Hard Rock Cafe building
collapsed.
collapsed.
The Hard Rock Cafe building collapsed that day. Like in But either way, so like by the time we get on Bill Street, I'm already there. Okay, I'm feeling it, and I'm completely full. So it's just like I don't even give two shits about anything type John Reeves going on. I just want to have fun. So like, Jody's like telling Mikey's like, I want to find a girl while I'm down here, and Jody's like, be his wingman, John, be his wingman. And then so she pretty much just pushes me off to get him away from her, pretty much.
That's fair.
So we're walking down the street, and on the sides, like, because obviously you can drink down the street, and on the sides, like out in front of all the bars, there's like women holding those little like vial shots or whatever, and they're all like, take shots with me, and I'm like, no, I'm not taking shots. And this one girl walks up, and she's got like tons of cleavage hanging out, and she's like, take a shot from my cleavage to Mikey. And Mikey's like, oh yeah, let's do it. Takes like 3 shots. They were all like $12 a shot or some stupid crazy shit like that. And it's like for a little tiny shot. He takes like 3 shots, and then she puts some in her mouth and gives him like 2 more shots. Didn't even ask him. She's like, all right, that's like $50-$60. So he does that. But the bar is on a corner. So there's like, we got stopped on this side, and then we just literally walked maybe 20 feet. And he gets grabbed by another one, except this girl's got no cleavage, and she's just like a crazy looking, like, skin and bones, just looks like she's about to stab him. Like, it was ridiculous. But she was like, take some shots, boy. And she's like all grinding on him and stuff. And I was like, no. He's good. He just took like 6 shots.
John, he needs to get what you get and you don't fuss a bit kind of thing right here. Because Mikey is not trying.
No, he's not cream of the crop on any means. But so I was like, no, he's good. He just had like 6 shots. He's okay. I'm all but pushing this lady back because she's just pretty much like street raping him almost. And I'm like, just back up. He's good. And she like pushed me. She was like, and she got the dude, like there was another, like the manager or whatever, pretty much got me out of there. So where they could get Mikey to get more shots. 3 more shots from her. Another $50-$60. All the money that he had in his pockets are gone by this time. And we keep walking down the street. We're like talking to people, just being stupid. And I thought I saw Jody go into like this place, and by this time I'm like, dude, I gotta get away from him as well. I'm just gonna go back to my clan. So like I see Jody, like I thought I saw her go into a bar, and I'm like walking into the bar, and this lady like just starts freaking out on me. And she's like, hey, cut in line. You're cutting in line. I was like, what? And I just turned around and put my hands on her shoulders. I was like, I'm so sorry for cutting your line. And then I walked off. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he had me digging in the trash cans.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
no.
Yeah.
I was really drunk. And she was tipsy, but they throw out these really nice cigar boxes.
They do. They were really nice.
And they weren't in the trash can. They were
in the fucking trash can. I was in the trash can, John.
I thought they were on the side of the street.
They were on the side in the trash can on the side of the street. Like I'm like digging through. He's like, no, get that one.
Nice one, yeah.
Get that one down there. Like it was.
It didn't work out the way
not that one, Jody. The one it's deeper down there. Get that one down there. I'm like.
Yeah. Well, either way,
I'm the one digging in the trash can. You get in here and dig in the trash can.
I know.
But you're one further down there.
In it. He would have just been like.
By the way, all of us had like freaking fishbowl things around our necks, or like massive slushies in our hands.
Big fishbowl like necklaces. Like they held on by a necklace, but
Never saw those boots again.
They have those in Memphis as well, and they are fantastic there too.
You can just drink on the streets in Memphis and stuff.
In Beale Street, Beale Street, you can drink. But not like so. New Orleans, you can take it anywhere. They don't care.
Yeah.
And so that's where our cruise went out of, was New Orleans. So
that's awesome.
we drove down on like a Friday, and so we stayed the weekend and then left on like a Monday for our cruise. So we went down a couple days early, just to walk around New Orleans and to do all that stuff. So the first night we were there, we went out to Bourbon Street to find a place to eat and to drink. And when we were getting our checks to leave, like, first of all, there's a table next to us, and there's this super creeper, like, sitting at that table. And like he's talking to us. He barely ate any of his food. Like he ate like 3 French fries and 2 bites of a burger and like left. And we're like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
But then we kept running into him on the street. Like every time we would come out of somewhere, he was right there.
Oh, that's creepy.
But we were getting our checks to leave the restaurant, and the waitress was like, "Hey, do you guys want a drink to go?" And our other roommate DJ, he was like, "I can take this with me?"
I know, it feels
like,
so taboo.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And he's like, "Yes, like please." Yeah. So I think everybody else got one to take, and I'm just like, I gotta keep it.
As soon as they started doing like alcoholic drinks to go, I was just like, oh, we've got to try this. We got to do this. And I don't know. I feel like
I turn into like a mother hen whenever people around me are drinking. Like I make sure I don't drink so I can make sure that they're getting out of whatever stupid situations they get themselves in. So like we went. I'm telling Lissy's story now. Sorry, Liz.
Yes, let it out.
We have a gay friend named Tyler, and we were going to our first drag show with him, and it was fantastic. And we're there, and we're drinking. Lissy's like, "You drink, I'll drive us home so that you can actually drink and have fun. This is your night, whatever." So we get there, we start drinking. Lissy's like, "I'm just going to have a few and then I'll stop before it's time for us to go." And I'm like, all right, whatever. Get into it. This lunatic over here is just trash. And like she's pulling the drag queens over to her and like singing in their ears. And like that's not what you do at a drag show. Like you hold up $1, they take it, and then they move on so they can get more money. Like she's pulling them to try to sing to them, and they're like trying to get away so that they can go and get their tips from other people. And so she stumbles to the bathroom a couple of times. She goes to to pay the tab at the bar, and she's like struggling to like figure out what she's doing. So I go over there and I help her. And then she spills like a drink on the table, and we like take them away and like just give her water at that point. And so we get in the car to leave, and she's like, "I want pancakes. Let's go to IHOP. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So we go to IHOP, and when you walk in, there's like a little half wall type thing, and they have booths on the other side of it. And so there's 2 different sections. You can go this way, or you can go to the other section. But they only have bathrooms on one side. So she was going to go to the bathroom, and we were sitting on the other side of the restaurant. So I'm like, "Lissa, our booth is literally right here. Just when you come out of the bathroom, like if you look straight, like that's me right there." And she's like, okay.
I got this.
So she goes, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for her, and it's been a minute at this point. And I'm like, she's passed out. She's throwing up. Something's happened. Let me go find her. So I go to the bathroom. There's nobody in there. I'm like, hopefully she's not in the men's bathroom. Like, surely she's able to figure this out. I had somebody go into the men's room. There's nobody in the men's room. And so I'm walking back, and where the booths are on that little half wall, this bitch is passed out, asleep in the booth. And I'm like, "Alyssa, get up. Like, this is not our table. Come on." And so I'm annoyed at this point because I'm a mother hen, but I'm also like, don't have patience, mother hen. So I'm like pulling her up. I'm like dragging her across the restaurant to our booth. She sits down, immediately knocks a glass of water over. And so I'm trying to avoid, water all over me in my lap at that point. And so our server is laughing and thinks it's hysterical because this drunk ass over here. And so she doesn't even order pancakes. She orders like chicken strips and French fries. And so she gets her food, and she brings out another glass of water for her, and she spills that into her food. And at this point, I'm just like,
nope, I'm just
get a box.
done.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
Oh my God.
At some point in the night, she ripped her shirt. She did something and hurt her foot. So like the next morning she woke up, she was like, "What did I do last night? Like my ankle really hurts." And I was like, "I don't know, Alyssa. There's no telling. Like you kept wandering off places."
Oh my God.
So yeah, like I don't drink a lot. I'm kind of like you, where I don't drink a lot. Like I'll have one or two.
Yeah.
But then when everybody else starts drinking, I'm just like, no, I better hang back.
Yeah. Because like honestly, I make dumb enough decisions. I feel like sober. Like I'm just not like thinking with a full deck of cards. I don't know. So
yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
that's me for sure. Yeah.
Dude, Lizzie said that's not even the worst of her stories. We need to do
no,
just a whole.
It's not.
We need. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It hasn't happened yet, but I really want to do like a either Saturday night or Friday night shenanigans podcast where it will be something like this, but it's going to be something where like you guys can call in or just anybody that gets on like the Discord video call and just tell random funny drunken stories, because I feel like some are.
Or you could have like this, but do like a drinking game.
Ooh.
I have never have I ever card game.
Oh God.
And
that would get me in trouble.
Probably.
That's probably Alyssa too.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That's the whole point. We want Lizzie. We want Lizzie trash.
I would end up trashed.
It wouldn't take very long.
We need shit happening.
Yeah, we'll get her a White Claw and she'll be done in like a can and a half.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Dude,
yes.
There it is. Well, when are you gonna start doing? When are you gonna do your next food stream? When are your next tip?
So I went to Dallas last weekend and I bought a new cookbook. I had the Irish one, and it was fun. Other than it's really hard to find all the ingredients that you need for it. Like nowhere it sells sheep's head, right?
I know that's a rough one. That would be a hard one to find.
Unless I want to ship it from California and pay $50, I'm not finding a sheep head anywhere around here. But so I bought a new cookbook. It's an Italian cookbook. I have the first like full meal planned. So I'll probably start that up soon, and I'll stream from my house so I have actual good internet.
There you go.
And just deal with having to clean up my house afterward, I guess. But
for some reason, when you first told me you were gonna do a food stream, like I literally just pictured you cooking like the most delicious looking like cinnamon rolls or something, and then something pisses you off and you just start tossing stuff everywhere. So
like that's literally happened. Like I maybe this is why I'm divorced now. So we were making a lasagna, and the recipe, the way that it reads in the cookbook, it's very confusing and it's easy to get off on the steps.
Yeah.
We got off on the steps. He was reading it to me. He had me do one thing, like it was supposed to be like the sauce and then the cheese, but he did it backwards. It didn't matter because it wasn't even the top layer.
Yeah.
Like there was going to be another layer on top of it, so it was easy to fix. It's not like it was an issue.
Yeah.
But I got mad and like I punched the vent hood and just like threw the spoon and like stormed out of the kitchen. And like a few minutes later, he comes in and he's just like, I fixed it. Like you can come back now and finish it.
Yeah.
And it tasted fine. Like it wasn't even a big deal, but like it's really bad. Like if I have a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and that's the dangerous part about this cookbook, is that every recipe has the actual picture of what it's supposed to look like next to it. So like if it doesn't look like the picture, I get super angry.
Yeah.
And I'm worried that that's going to happen with this cookbook, but that's what all you guys want, apparently. Like, you just want to see me rage out in the kitchen.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that would make some good quality content.
We want shit to go awry.
I was told to ask about the chips you tried making.
Some chips?
I heard there was something about some chips.
I love chips.
I'm gonna smother you.
I need to see Lizzie. Like I'm like a face person.
She's already told me I'm not allowed to show her.
I need to see her face though. Like I never like I have like I'm like I need to see a face with things.
No, I can't do it without you being over here, man.
Lizzie, please, just like real quick. I just like so fast.
She's like a pit bull with these
so fast.
So fast. I am.
It'll be so fast. Ready?
I just read the chips.
She said no.
Come on, listen. I will find you.
Quit. I know. She's like a pit bull. Let it go, Jody.
Next time.
You should ask Tank.
She'll be in the cooking stream with me. I'll have her make the drink.
Yeah, there you go. She'll be in the cooking stream.
So the agency that I work at, we were having a chili cook-off.
Oh, God.
And I wanted to do something different. So rather than making like a traditional chili, I did the green one. What is it called? Chili verde.
Oh, yeah.
And the recipe was like, get some tortillas and put some tortilla strips on it. So rather than like getting the chips that are already like in tortilla strips, like I got tortillas, like actual corn tortillas, and sliced them up and was going to put them under the broiler. This shit caught on fire. And so I opened the oven and there's like flames everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, what do we do? So I shut the oven. I turn it off, but like it's still on fire. And I call my dad. Every time something stupid happens, we call my dad, like, Dad, what do I do? And he just starts laughing at me. And he's like, put it out. And I was like, yeah, but how? Just pull it out of the oven. Dad, it's on fire. I don't think you understand.
You're not grasping the gravity of the situation, Pops.
It's like my house could catch on fire right now. But like I got another sheet pan and I just covered it and smothered the fire and it was fine. But it was just like black crisps, like just charred onto this sheet pan, and I was like,
pretty sure this is how that's supposed to work. Dude, I
guess
swear.
We're not.
Have we caught anything on fire in that? Yes, but I can't remember what we burned. Something set on fire in the oven. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I've been very careful about using the broiler since then. Like it makes me very anxious.
Yeah, for real. You gotta keep the hawk eye on those things.
I don't want to catch something on fire again. Like it takes half a second. I should have. I figured that out at least. So there is that. Yeah.
Dude, I swear, every time, dude, like, I don't know. But there you go. Yeah. And then Lizzie said she's got a ton of food stories. So you should keep some for like when you're doing your cooking stream. You should tell funny cooking stories.
I have funny cooking stories? Yeah.
She said there's something about.
You should try cooking for her mom.
Oh, that.
Oh, God. It seems like a pretty rough one.
It's not that bad. It's not.
Megan, you got so mad.
Well, yeah, I did.
You threw out a perfectly good
Listen. It happened. So, like I said, it has to look perfect, or I get angry. It was my mom's 60th birthday. We were throwing her a surprise party. So a couple of weeks before, I was making her a cake. She really likes photography, so I was making a cake that was shaped like a camel.
Yeah, camel cake.
So, yeah. So a couple of weeks before, I was doing a test run, trial run, trying to figure out what I needed and how I was going to do this.
Yeah.
And for the actual cake, I did it like from scratch. But for the trial cake, I was using box cake mixes. And it started to fall apart when I started to ice it.
Oh, God.
And like it was crumbling and I was getting mad. And Alyssa was sitting over in the living room like she's like, I'll help you. But then she just laughs at me. And that just makes me more mad. And so like it was crumbling and falling apart. And I just like raged out and like, oh my God, and like pick it up and like slam it on the counter and like throw it in the trash can. And
oh my
she's
God,
like, do you need anything? No, I wanted you to help me when it was like falling apart.
Yeah,
it's just, listen, it just needs to look nice. And
totally
like it always tastes good.
Yeah.
It's never about the taste. I don't care if it tastes good. I want it to look nice.
Dude, see, I am like the total opposite eater. I'm like, does that look like it might be gross? Let me just try it. And see if it's good. I don't know. Like, I do that all the time.
I just get so mad. I just want it to look and taste pretty.
Dude.
And if it doesn't, then it's rough.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like stoked to see you do a cooking stream, because it's either like a great success or it's like catastrophe.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm stoked to see.
I wanted to make some sugar cookies for Christmas, and like she's reminding me of all these stupid cooking things now. I wanted to make a sugar cookies, the decorated ones for Christmas. And so I had all of the little cookie cutters and I put them out on the sheet pan, but I had also put, I don't remember if it was the foil or if it was not wax paper, parchment paper down. But I had put paper down on the tray and like they all melted together into one giant cookie. And I didn't get mad. I was just like, you know what? This is fine.
It's good.
And then we just broke it up into little pieces and we ate on that for a good while because there were a lot of them.
Nice.
They were really good. But it wasn't actual cookies. And I was super sad.
Son of a.
Super bummed about it.
Nice. Well, do you have a plan on when your next stream attempt will be?
It will probably be, there's a lot of stuff going on like with family these next couple of weeks, but probably sometime after the first of the month. I want to start getting back into like once a week. I don't know what day yet, but probably after the first of the month I'll do it and we'll just kind of see how it.
Dude, Italian food is my jams. That's like my favorite food in the world.
So I've got
I'm stoked.
Bruschetta, which should be easy enough. I've got a white wine soup for this first. I don't know if it's all going to be on the first stream, but for first meal, I've got the bruschetta. I've got a white wine soup. I've got some ravioli and the profiteroles, which will 100%. I can just looking at the picture. I already know I'm going to get.
You're going to be like
so. Like, I'll make sure that's a stream that we do because that will be what you need to see.
Yes.
And then there's a drink that goes along with it all. It's called like colada me later, so it's a pina colada.
Colada me later.
Yeah. Colada me later.
Instant partnership stream. I swear. Like
it's so crazy because you know how I go into everybody's stream and just throw bits as a hello rather than just saying hi.
Yeah.
Why would I just say hi? Like,
just like boom.
Greasy Gamer called me out on it yesterday. He was like, you don't have to put like bits in every time you come in. I was like, no, that's my hello. He was like, I mean, like I appreciate it, but like you don't have to do that. And I was like, yeah, but that's my thing.
Freaking
Greasy. So it's but like every time I do that, people shout out, and I always tell them like you don't have to do that. Like it's fine. Don't worry about it. But like I already have 50 followers and it's so weird.
There you go. Yeah.
I streamed like twice. Like you guys you don't have to follow me. It's okay. But like it's so funny. Like this is not something that I had ever seen myself doing. Like I'm not a super outgoing person and I am very anxious when it comes to stuff like this. But it's an interesting thing, and it's good to push yourself kind of outside of your comfort zone every now and again. So, yes. But back to your original question. Start of the month, sometime after the first of the month, we'll do a stream. I don't know what day. It won't be on a Sunday. I know that much. But maybe like an afternoon, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. See, that's like, I don't know though. You were saying that like you kind of like this type of stuff makes you anxious, and like to be honest, myself too. Like I have panic attacks about doing these. Like but the more you do it, the better it will get. Like honestly, just me doing regular streams now doesn't affect me at all. I'm like, let's go play a video game, and then like, but me doing podcasts and talking and stuff like that, it still gives me a little bit of anxiety. But like, I'm getting better. It's fine. So
you do a great job at it. Like dude. There's no reason. You're an expert at this.
No, dude. No, not even a little bit. I got a lot of work to do, I'm sure. But I'm freaking stoked. So I've shouted you out already on here. I'm going to do it again. But seriously, so the starting of the month.
I literally just said you don't need to do that.
Nah, do it again.
Oh, man.
But like, I don't know. I'm stoked that you got on here, first of all, so we can talk about some of these funny stories that I've heard like in chat, but I haven't heard actually like told. And then also like, I mean, dude, legit, you're like the biddies queen. Like everybody in chat, sorry I called you that. So like,
it's funny. Like Ghost has a command in his stream because that's where I met all of you guys is from Ghost. Like Ghost and I are friends in real life, and so when he first started streaming, I would go in there, and every time he would end a stream, he would raid somebody, and he's like, "Oh, go follow this person, go follow this person." So I follow literally everybody that you guys tell me to follow, and so I have all of these people that I like go in and just, hey, here's 10 bits, here's 10 bits, but like that's how I've met everybody on here, and so it's really cool, like the community that is on Twitch. Like I have nothing to do with gaming. Like I don't game at all. I have no game, but like I'm friends with all of you guys. Like I talk to you guys more than I talk to people like out in the real world. So it's so much fun. But
dude, likewise. I mean, I don't know. Like I've really appreciate getting to know you and Lizzie both. Like y'all have been freaking awesome people. So
it's funny. Like our roommate will come out and we'll be watching the streams and we'll be talking like as we're driving. Oh, did you see what John did? Like telling stories like. John got his legs waxed today, and he's like, "Who is John?" And I'm like, "It's our friend on stream." And he's like, "You've never even met him." It's like, "It's fine, it's fine." Like I was telling my dad the other night, I was like, "I have a friend in New Zealand," and he was like, "No, you
I
don't."
know, right? Yeah.
Like, yes, I do. His name is Josh, and he was
he's in
like,
the hospital.
"No."
Dealing with
I was like, "Dad, we Snapchat," and he's like, "Have you met him in person?"
Yeah.
No. Then he's not your friend. Yes, he is, Dad. I don't care what you say. He's my friend. That's how it is. I'm 36 years old. I can have friends in other countries.
Exactly.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
He's just green with jealous rage right now that you know a New Zealander.
He's probably not. He's probably just like,
yeah, he's like, God, what is wrong with these kids? But like, honestly though, too, I'll say this. Like, even with this whole like pandemic stuff and everybody being like quarantined in their house and stuff like that, internet friends right now, most definitely are like the most important friendships I think that you can have, because like even like real life friendships are dwindling into just like, oh, you're lucky if you see him on the internet,
right? So I don't know why my dad is so anti him, like me having internet friends or whatever. Both Lissy and DJ I met online. Like we became friends through like writing sites and stuff like that. I had never met DJ before he moved out here. So like DJ and I were friends for like 10 years online, and then I was like, hey, I have another room in my house if you need to get away, if you need to move out to Oklahoma, if you want to move out to Oklahoma, you're welcome to come. And so like that's both of my roommates are people that I've met on the internet. So it's just like, why are you surprised right now by anything that I do, Dad?
But I think like honestly with the whole like meeting people on the internet, I think it maybe our parents' generation and stuff like that, they had movies like The Net with Sandra Bullock, and they're like, they're gonna steal your credit information and you're never gonna be able to buy stuff online. Like my mother-in-law, like Jody's mom, will not do. I don't even know if she's got Redbox. Like she doesn't even trust Redbox for like renting movies and stuff. She's like, hell no, can't have my credit card.
But we don't have Blockbuster anymore, man.
Yeah, like, Blockbuster's gone. You have to Redbox it. You have to do these things. But like, so I don't know. I feel like their kind of whole perspective of like the internet and all that stuff is kind of more like menacing. Like obviously there's some dark corners and stuff that's still going on the internet, but like most often than not, I feel like it allows you, like you being friends with people on the internet, it like allows you to kind of like be a little bit more yourself, even more than you are in person. Cause like sometimes, I'm really reserved in person or something like that, but then
like I am in the chat or wherever, like I'm super friendly, I'm super chatty, like I'll talk to whoever. And then like if I go out in real life and I'm at a party or in a group setting, like I'm that person that's kind of like off in the corner, like don't talk to me, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I'm super quiet and just like I have, like I told you what Harold said is my resting fuck you face. Like I constantly look angry. Like I have I have like this yearbook type thing from basic training, and I have several pictures that they've taken throughout the course, the 6-week course that I'm there, and like every picture that I find of myself in there, I look pissed off like the whole time. And I'm just like, is that really what my face looks all the time?
Dude, I swear,
like people call me out on it at work. Like when we have our weekly meetings, they're like, Megan, what, you fix your face, like you're doing that look, do something? Like maybe go off camera. I don't know, God. But like, yeah, I always look angry.
I always get the like, people always are like, oh, did you not sleep good last night? Like, I hear that. That's like their first reaction to seeing me. They're like, oh, you look tired. I'm like, thank you, I guess. Like, I don't know. So I guess I got resting sleep face. I think that's mine. Like, I just look like I'm sleepy.
Yeah, like it's weird with girls. Like if you're somebody that wears makeup regularly and then you go out without it, like I hardly ever wear makeup. And you go out without it, they're like, "Oh, you look sick. Are you tired? Like, what's going on?" And then, like, you're not. You're just not all made up, and just.
I know, man. Expectation.
Expectation.
I'm telling you. But
I expect people to not be assholes, and usually they are.
It happens though. But I don't know. I honestly feel like internet friends can mean a lot more to you than in real life friends, because we don't have like all those barriers. Like social constructs are not there so much with like the internet, you know? I don't know.
Like my internet friends, I trust them a lot more most of the time with like things going on in my life than I do my real life friends. Like I don't have a lot of real life friends anymore. Like I have Lissy and I have DJ, but like outside of them, like I don't go out and like hang out with people. Like I'm a homebody. So this allows me to be social and to talk to people and to like still be like my goofy self, but like I'm not outgoing like that, like in a public setting. So it's weird that you can have two different personalities. Like you can have this internet personality where you're super, outgoing and friendly and you want to hang out with everybody, but not have that in the real world, I guess.
I totally get that though. I mean, I honestly feel like that it's kind of how I am. Like I don't know. I know a lot of people, like I played shows and stuff like that. So a lot of people are like, you've got to be like this really whatever. But like before shows, I'm just kind of like I don't know, chilling in the back somewhere, or like, I don't know. I was never like that guy that's just like, I don't know. I'm a lot more just reserved kind of,
Yeah.
But it's probably because
if I'm around like a small group of people that I'm super close with in real life, like that's different. But like if you put me in a big social setting, like if this was something that was happening in person, I would legit be having a panic attack right now.
Yeah.
Like, I would not be able to sit in a room full of people that I don't know well, but I know a little bit back and forth of. Like, I couldn't handle this. It's different.
Yeah. We do I do live commentary for a lot of fights and stuff. And before we do the commentary, like the night before, they'll do the weigh-ins and stuff. And they started asking us to interview these people live in front of a fucking huge crowd. It's like 150 plus people in this place, and it's like me with a microphone talking to a fighter I've never met, and I probably can't even pronounce their name because it's like some kind of like ridiculous name. And every time I've thrown up before every single one of those because I'm like, I get so nervous. I'm like, and then I'm like, they have kids that like amateur MMA, they have kids that do like boxing and stuff like that too beforehand. So like imagine interviewing like an 8-year-old kid who's terrified as well. And like he has no clue how to really hold a conversation because he's 8. And his parents are like right there beside you. And then there's like 200 people in the crowd. So you're like, how did you prepare for the fight? And then you put the mic over. And then he's like, I trained. Nothing else. No other context. How do you feel about the fight? Good. And then you're just like, all right, folks, here's this kid.
Cool. It's so, the best.
Yeah, it's so freaking awkward, dude. It's so awkward. But like, I don't know. It happens. But yeah, I love like just how you can be in here. It's like I'm in a comfortable room. You're in your house. We get like
sitting on the floor.
Yeah,
fine.
Chilling with your dog. So it's awesome.
With the dog. He's asleep, so he's behaving now.
Nah, there you go. But guys, so all right, thank you so freaking much for getting on here, and hopefully the first of the month she will be doing a freaking stream.
First Saturday of the month. I don't know what day that is.
Yeah. Freaking Lizzie said, listen, guys, be Meg's friend. She's the best real MVP. Yes, Lizzie couldn't have said it better myself. Y'all are freaking awesome people.
September 5th.
September 5th?
If I put a date down, I have to stick with it because now I've told everybody.
Yes. So I will be posting this on YouTube as well. It will be up next week. Not this coming up Tuesday, but the next. But I will be posting this, and then I'll also have a link to your Twitch channel on there. So hopefully by the time this does air, people will see that and get on there as well too. But you're already at 50. We're gonna get you affiliated. Let's do this, family.
I just have to actually do the streams.
Yeah, you've got it. You've got this. Heck yes. So I guess, yeah. You got anything you want to leave the people with?
Oh God, no. Just it's okay if life doesn't turn out the way you want or the way you expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't expect to be where I'm at, but I'm in a good place. I have good friends. I've got you guys.
Yes.
Like, I wouldn't be where I am if I had stayed on the course that I was. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for being as awesome as you are. Thank you, John, for having me on, having me hang out.
Yes, thank you so much for getting on.
This is awkward.
No, dude, but seriously though, that's the best way you could put it. Like, honestly, until we're at the end of the road, so to speak, it's not the end, and we don't know where we're gonna end up. You know what I mean? And so, like, I don't know, embrace it and have like maybe, you know,
some of the most fun that I've had has come out of unexpected circumstances.
Yeah, likewise. Like, you just gotta, I guess, maybe drop the expectations. That is what I would say. That would be my best advice for this podcast.
Except hard hands.
Hard hands for Toscamiri, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta bring that back. That annoyed him so bad.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back for Toast. I'm gonna make a GIF. I'm gonna make a GIF of me doing that and put Toscamiri in the middle of it.
Like one of your
like emotes.
Little, yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's gonna be it. Me doing heart hands.
Bam,
like
every time you raid Toast, it's just like, oh, that's your raid.
Yes. There you go. Y'all heard it here first. We're getting a heart hands emote. I love it.
We have to get your pictures that you've drawn me turned into emotes for whenever this happens. Like,
yes, 100%.
Every peen picture that you've drawn.
By the way, there may or may not be some of those pictures in the mail to you currently as we're speaking. So I'm freaking stoked.
So excited. I'm gonna frame them. I'm gonna hang them up in my room. Like, that's what you're gonna see whenever we're doing the cooking streams. It's just John's artwork.
What morbid 8-year-old did you just have drawing these pictures that are hanging all over your wall?
Why does every picture in your house look like a penis?
Right.
Yes. What are you talking about? This is not a penis. This is a dog's head.
This is a dog's head, clearly. You've got a perverted mind, my friend. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, I guess.
It's fine.
I dig it. But all right, well, there you go, guys. We're going to I guess we're going to hit Grizz, actually. He just started his stream, so we're going to hit him with a raid. And thank you so much, everybody. If you're on here, you're new, please go hit ThatGirlMeg up with a follow, and hopefully we're going to be seeing her stream very soon.
Yes.
Heck yes. Well, have a blessed rest of your day, Meg. Thank you so much for getting on here. We'll see you later.